very interested to see how these guys are kind of gonna come out of this.
Yeah.
But if we get a very pure circle, like a 50-50 with military, that'll be very interesting because those are the ones they really excel at.
XQ doing a pretty wide spread around Quarry.
Yeah,
going Gatka again.
Standard loot spots in Gatka around around west coast side.
Secret either side of the bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of 50-50 Sosnovka Island split. Secret will be sitting pretty.
Method gonna admire the view before they leap and fall towards it at high speed. We'll have Mr. Porosaurus. Ultimate game.
Thank you very much, Matt Hayes, in a Vanguard of the Star Series I-League Season 2 qualifiers. Poro, these guys have been fighting neck and neck over the course of 4 days now to come to almost this point. The leaderboards have been developing, and we've seen quite some shifts.
19 games out of 20 have been played, and so many people relying on a good result. And look at that, 50-50, just on the other side of the island.
Yeah, we're going to be taking
no fairy pier.
No fairy pier, taking it down to the southeastern part of Erangel. So certainly some more adjustments going to have to come out. We saw Method hopping back over to Kameshki. Once again, Navi down there in Primorsk. This time they don't have to go up to the northeast, but they have to go all the way over to the southeast. So still going to be a far transition for them. Back here to Yasnaya Polyana, though, not much has changed. These guys have been landing here comfortably, have been sharing it fairly nicely.
Yeah, MVP finally is going to have to move to get into a better location into this next circle, which, okay, it's not a 50-50. I said it's a 50-50. That's not a 50-50. That's going north, pretty much 100%. So, but MVP going to have to finally get out of Yasnaya and find themselves a place more to the south. As we see a lot of teams now transitioning, still getting Gen G finding their way into Novo. They are in circle, though, so they have plenty of time to loot this up before they make their way across the bridge.
Yep. Not going to be tough for them at all. Tried and true, going to be Milta for Ghost Gaming. These guys have been pumping out the damage, pumping out the points left and right, trying to just keep that lead going. And certainly a lot of people on their tails. They're not going to want to do anything kind of risky here. They're going to want
to Ferry Pier and 1-1 split, but 17 making his way down to the new compound just on the western coast, or western road rather, of the military island before making his way to rejoin his team. The rest of the boys, Check and Fiend, looting up in the Ferry Pier town. It's unfortunate that they have found themselves so far at the bottom of the leaderboard after having such a great day.
Holy cow, and our first blood is going to be coming out here in game number 19. It's Balak with the pump shotgun connecting onto one of the members of Victory 5.
And he's still getting pushed by Shandian and Little Lee, though. They're going to go for the res here. Balak is, oh man, he's all out by himself. But Turtle now providing shots from range. But will it be enough to prevent them from pushing this? No, it doesn't look like it will be. Little Lee now looking up. Balak has 7 shots to this shotgun. What can he do?
I mean, he's got to hold this. We can see that he did not have a helmet. He spots one member coming up, able to get the knock on a shot. He finishes out with the thirst, but is connected on immediately right thereafter by Little Lee with the AKM. We talked about it, Poro, just a few seconds ago. This is not what Ghost Gaming wanted to happen.
No, it isn't. They are feeling a lot more comfortable now, having fought their way all the way up the ladder into 4th place. And Balak did pick up a kill there, so that's another 7 points for their effort. But yeah, again, obviously you would much rather have all 4 of your players alive. But Victory 5, we talked about it earlier, they have been creeping just closer and closer towards Milta, making their way all the way over towards the east, and eventually you knew it had to pop off.
Yeah, you knew it was coming. You knew that something was going to be aggressively pushed on right there. But here we have X-Quest. They're going to be looting up here in the God Compound that it's favorably known as, at least in North America. AK and Zhao Du going to be trying to just, I guess, loot up as a duo right here. They're going to be split off from their other teammates who are up to the northeast of that position. Here we have Optic, though. They've been landing here in this Razak area. We saw that one of the members, Hetero, was actually separated over there in the Watertown. So kind of split up for the time being, but they've been comfortable there throughout the course of the qualifiers.
Yeah, Valley a little bit farther north, looting the little compounds just to the north of the river. Tainted Mines, however, still in school and apartments. You can see Subslayer has also made his way up a little bit closer. Juxi, gonna hear Shocks on the motorcycle, but it looks like Shocks should be able to get out of here for now. He's gonna find himself in a compound, and he's got 17 now pushing up as well on Juxi.
Yeah, he's going to have to be careful, but coming across the bridge is going to be Gen G's Wicked, spotted out almost immediately by our other Sosnovka Island team, Vega. Max's with the beautiful connections, but it's going to be actually Wick 2D.
Wicked just picked up a double kill.
Yeah, absolutely
camping
insane
the
right
bridge.
there. Absolutely insane. Gen G, I mean, they just continue to push on time after time. These guys are such a threat, but here it comes. Secret 17 going to be spotting out one more member from Team 17. This time, 47 Gamer rotating in onto this compound to meet up with Shox.
Yeah, Wicked probably making his way over to that bridge early for his squad to see if it was being camped, and instead he got to be the camper. The campee became the camper, and he picks up a nice 2 kills there on Vega, whose day has just gone from bad to worse.
Yeah, exactly. Bad to worse is just how I would put it, Poro. 17 could be holding on here on top of the hill. We can see that he's got an don't know exactly if he has any type of assault rifle, but he's going to have to continue to hold up here with the rest of his teammates until they're able to reunite as a 4-man squad. Here it goes, though. Another member of Team 17 going to be aggressively rolling through here in the U.S. Unfortunately, the shots from Fiend's Scar not going to be finding the connections that were intended.
Well, 17 is going to stake claim onto this compound now. Secret still holding the hillside just to the north of there, but they might want to consider getting on out of there because it's just 2 of them. And if we know anything about these squads, it is that they will push aggressively if they think they have the advantage.
I mean, yeah, as soon as they get a knock or a lot of damage out on a player, that is when they make their move. They don't hesitate at all, Poro. Back here around the map, though, we are seeing the blue zone start to shrink in on circle number 1 of game number 19, our second to last game of the qualifiers, and you can tell that the tension is so fierce in between all of these squads. I bet the arena is just lit up with emotion.
Absolutely. And here's a nice little crate, a Mark 14. Some level 3 armor might go unnoticed. It's all by itself just to the north of Milta Power. Nobody going to be transitioning down there anytime soon except for maybe Method, but you can see Victory 5 now coming into contact with Secret. Secret still spread out here. 17 has gone down.
Yeah, going to be having a
To
bit of an
himself.
issue with a vehicle right there. Possibly, you know, sometimes Poro, we hop out of vehicles a little bit too fast, and this is the result. Fortunately enough, Fiend is going to be there, but also Victory 5 now rolling back up on farm. We thought that they were maybe departing this area, but actually Landman and Little League going to be coming in back.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Victory 5 knows that these guys are here. The shots not coming out from them. 17 already very low, and yeah, that's the power slide into the hit myself, and that's unfortunate. He should be able to get rezzed here, though. It doesn't look like Victory 5 is aware that Secret is still there. Fiend just waiting to make sure. You can see M19. Sharing is caring, boys and girls. Sharing is
Having
caring.
a little loot circle inside of that Harry Potter tower on the first floor. But yeah, I mean, you could tell that Fiend is not wanting to aggressively push over to 17, possibly because of the shots from Team 17 coming from the north. But as we can see, the fill-in for the 4th player of Team Secret, Check Shooter, going to be rolling in, and he is going to be the person that aggressively pushes up and tries to get the res. Smitty going to be reuniting with them as well, leaving Fiend as the solo player separated across the field on the northern side of farm. Little Lee and the rest of this squad, Victory 5, just going to be holding out. Certainly they heard the vehicles now come in from Secret.
Yeah, 17 just pretty much being annoying right now. They can't really get any downs onto the, well, they could get a down, obviously, but whether or not they would want to actually leave and push, leave that compound and push on any downs they get, is, they probably wouldn't do it. You can see Ghost now have managed to get their compound that they prefer. Turtle just off to the south in the northern part of Milta. Method still now making their way down from their Kamishki loot spot, but Optic has gotten in their way. They need to be careful.
Yeah, they certainly do need to be careful. Speaking of being careful, it's going to have to be Gen G rotating off of that Novo loot spot that they've gone to time and time again. They're going to be rolling across the bridge right now. But if they only knew what was waiting for them, so many teams have now congregated towards the central part of this circle, which just happens to be right next to Milta. Here we have Knights. Voxic going to be looking down on top of Tainted Minds. It's going to be Method. X-Chris spotting out X-Quest AK, dropping him down to about 40% HP in the transition, but that is going to be all the damage that he's going to be able to get for the time being.
Ooh, the shot's still going to come out, but nothing going to land. Really well played by AK, making sure to get out of that line of sight as Welcome to South. George is now moving across the fields into the school area. Looks like that has since been abandoned by Tainted Minds. They have made their way more towards the center. It's going to be interesting to see where Welcome to South George goes. They need the points. Everything's still so very close at the bottom, at the 5th to 11th roughly area of this leaderboard. So Everybody trying to get as much placement as they can. You want to get kills, and you want to put yourself in position to gain these points, but you also don't want to take the risk. So.
Absolutely. I mean, one good game in the last 2 games from one of these teams sort of on the cusp can propel them into that top 8, and that's exactly what these guys are looking for. Specifically going to be Optic right here. Hypoc and his teammate going to be raining down Hellfire on top of Xiaodu from XQuest. XQuest has been the target, the focus of fire in their entire transition. These guys have not been able to get any type of reprieve, any type of break, any type of safety, but now they're sort of finding themselves coming into Lapavka. Xiaodu just trying to rotate as far as possible, but Baja Waka is approaching. He spots out the U as he's got the 6 times on the Car 98, and he knows exactly where this XQuest player is hiding.
But Baja Waka needs to be careful. He's so wide out in the open here in XQuest. The rest of the squad is now making their way down into the circle. Yeah, Baja Waka knows he needs to get back closer to his teammates. They do know where Xiaodu is. Xiaodu should be safe for now in that shack, while the rest of his squad finally makes their way in with the blue at their back, but they are still taking fire from Optic.
Yeah, Hetero are going to be spotting out those members of XQuest, but back here to the farm where we have Secret facing off against Victory 5. We saw a little bit of third-party action coming in from the north, but the real focus is going to be right here. Fiend still not able to reunite with his other 3 teammates across that bit of open field as Landman and Little League continue to hold down in that southwestern compound of the farm. Around the map, though, we see that the blue zone is almost done with its shrink. Our second circle of game number 19 will be revealed in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, Victory 5 doing a little 2-2 split here, not wanting to push on to Secret, and you can see the new circle has popped and is going to go pretty much where you'd expect it to, right in the middle, north of the military island. Optic now already transitioning, making their way in. Na'Vi still trying to find a place that they can call home. They are right on the southwestern edge here, rather. Vega right on their heels.
Uba crossing in on this southwestern edge, dangerously close to where Vega is. The shot's coming out onto Uba. The magazine has been emptied, but so has Uba's health bar dropped down to about 30% HP as he is now safely able to reunite with Shade and Drainus. Drainus going to be moving the car around this bit of a fence, just trying to protect it. We know so well that mobile transportation is important in PUBG, whether it be for rotating into circles or for that mobile cover.
Here goes MVP. We said that they're going to have to rotate, and they are doing so right now. 2 members already making their way up. They're just going to go ahead and cross paths, while PNG is going to make it up to Zeratan and Siege, and they are followed by Alpaca. It's a little bit farther behind. Texas from Pittsburgh Knights trying to find an angle here that he can work.
You know, Port,
he's getting chased.
Yeah, this is a product of what we were talking about. When the circle falls on top of you almost immediately and your looting sort of split up like the Knights tend to do in this area. Texas generally goes towards that shelter position, and now he's been caught out. Side force, the Overwatch, JJ Leo.
Really well played by Divine there. They sent 2 in, but they left 1 on the outside to make sure that they wouldn't get wrapped around just like that. Now Knights down to 3. Moment taking shots at M19. M19 in a little 3-1 here. Batulin all by himself. XQuest has gone down, though, here, so they're going to have to pop a smoke and get this res off. Good shots coming out from Example.
Yeah, I mean, that SLR, it sure does sound good, and it feels good in the hands. And Example going to be exhibiting that right now. The smoke's coming out, giving him a little bit of concealment for Method XQuest to be picked up by AZ. They're going to be rotating back up north off of these cliffs around the prison. Going to be disengaging entirely off of M19. They do not want a full squad-on-squad engagement with 16 teams still remaining so close to the final game of our qualifiers. XQuest, in the meantime, though, going to be rotating down south.
Yeah, they finally disengaged to the fight with Optic and have managed to reconnect with all squad mates. Going to get into their individual vehicles and make their way down this eastern part of the new circle. Doesn't look like they're too keen on heading towards the center, and that's probably the good idea because the center is very lit up right now with multiple teams.
Yeah, interesting position that Na'Vi has now opted to take up. Going to be holding into this gas station just north of that eastern bridge here on Erangel. We can see, though, that Genji has spotted out some of these members. Uba a little bit pushed up ahead, but it's going to be Divine now crashing onto the compound where Ghost has been holding. Able to get a quick knock from Jet with the SLR once again onto Turtle this time, but here it comes. McCoy and Algin just trying to hold off this push. Algin able to get a quick knock onto JJ Leo, but return fire from Levi's will be finding its connection on Algin.
McCoy saving them right there, but it's not over yet, as now Nikki is pushed in. McCoy can't get the res here. He needs to get out of the line of fire from Gen G. The shots are going to come through. Nikki's already at half health. Can McCoy do it? Yes, he can! McCoy keeping Ghost alive in this game with barely any health left.
And there is going to be no saving grace from any of these players from Divine right now as Jet is separated off to the northeast of this compound. With Turtle and Allergen bleeding out, though, does Jet opt to push in and try to wipe out the entirety of Ghost Gaming? McCoy just trying to wait, trying to see if that threat will be coming. He's going to be able to stick the res onto no, he pulls off of the res. The grenades are being prepped for the second floor, now the first floor, trying to hopefully land right on top of Allergen.
This is unreal from Jet. He's going to push this all by himself. He pops in. The shots are going to come out. Can he get the kill? Yes, he does. And that's going to be it for Ghost going out in 16th place. Divine losing 3 members. Jet, instead of trying to get any placement points or anything, just decides to go and push the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Jet had the information that there were 2 players knocked inside of there. They didn't see a 4th player, just McCoy, and he made the right decision. Granted, it could have not worked in his favor, but he executed on it beautifully. And unfortunately, that's going to be North American's Ghost Gaming, dropped out in 16th position here in our 19th game.
Divine, unbelievable from Jet. He does push that. He does get the kills. The kill points are all going to go to Team Divine, but now he's all by himself. He's going to try to stay alive for as long as possible. The new circle is going to pop, and it is going to go relatively center. A couple of teams still going to have to make their way in. This is Optic on the eastern edge here, making their way through Lumber Camp. You can see XQuest making their way up from the far southeast.
I mean, bro, if we look at the map right now, we can see that most of the favorable compounds inside of this circle are already occupied, and sort of true to how these games have been going. If any team crashes on one of these compounds, it's going to be an all-out chaotic battle, as Navi has now been spotted out by Gen G. The shot's going to be coming out as they're rotating through Milta to reunite with Pokemolodoy, who had previously pushed a little bit ahead of his team to secure, hopefully, an entryway into the circle.
Yeah, they're just going to go ahead and hang out on this edge of Milta. Don't want to push too much deeper, but they need to worry about XQuest, who's running up on him right now, and Navi's a little bit split for this fight.
Yeah, Navi actually really split up. They only have 2 members on the northern side of this road. Uba going to be trying to get some shots out with the Scar onto the members of XQuest. XQuest has pushed into this garage building. They will be having the cover to work with, and we know how easy to defend this compound. At least it should be in theory. Poro. But Uba going to be pushing in on the first floor, does not spot any of these players, going to be rotating around the sides of this compound, just trying to see if he can get any lines of sight or any information to play off. The other member of Navi, Pokemolodoy, just still going to be watching the southern flank down there in the southern side of the road of Milta.
He's relatively safe right now, is Uba, even though he's kind of split off here. He can at any point here join his teammates. Cobra just hanging out on the top of this flat top, has the frags out. He knows where Shade is. They're going to go into the warehouse. Where is it going to land? Not going to be close enough to kill him, but it's going to take Shade very, very low. As Z9 Max has been rezzed. XQuest back up to 3. Navi trying to figure out the angles to take here. Drainus holding the wall. The frag's going to come out. Will it find anything?
Going to be throwing it into the second story of the garage. Not able to find the connections, but here comes Xiaodu, the 4th member of XQuest. But that is going to be Pokemolodoy. He crossed the road up to the north, able to find a quick connection with the M416 onto AK from XQuest. Now it is going to be the push from Navi. Will they be able to execute on the other 3 members of XQuest? And here it comes. The frag grenade from Pokemolodoy will be securing that kill. And here is Uba still riding around the side of this compound. They don't want to aggressively push this. You have to remember that Navi has now dropped out of that top 8 position, and there is a lot on the line for these guys.
Yeah, they don't want to push this. I don't want to say they're scared, but this is the smart way to play this. This is a safe way to play this. They know exactly where these guys are. There's no point in really pushing this and risking losing any of your teammates. Z9 Max taken so low by that frag, but not dropped just yet. Meanwhile, Xiaodu is in circle and has a flank. If he gets a line of sight on Drainus here, it could be bad news, but oh no, Drainus is going to take down Z9 Max, and now the push is going to come out.
Drainus, such an incredible shot. As soon as he was able to see the head of Z9 Max spraying down with that Scar, finding the connection. Cobra just trying to do whatever he can as a solo player in this compound. He's got Xiaodu off to the northeast trying to provide some overwatch, and up on the ledge of this, he might be able to spot out some of the members of Navi pushing in, but now it's holding the peak, able to find a quick connection on Uba, drops him down, but only 10% HP, and he will be connected on Drainus, going to be coming up with the kill on the Cobra.
Instead of just saving frags in his magazine, decides to elects instead to make sure he gets the kill there and gets the kill points for his team. So Navi now down to 3, XQuest down to 1. We can see Method making their way in on this prison side. They still know that M19 is occupying this Harry Potter tower. They haven't been able to figure out a way to crack this nut just yet.
No, absolutely they have not. Kippy going to be rolling up on this crate, able to pick up a level 3 kit in a Groza. Certainly going to be favorable for him moving on into this mid to late game situation, but they need to be careful. This next circle has presented itself up to the northwest, and we're seeing a lot of gunfire now, a lot of crossfire, a lot of third-party engagements beginning to erupt.
Falling right on top of MVP again. MVP getting a lot of circle love today, but they are definitely defending their area. They're picking up the kills. They're picking up. They're doing everything they have to, but they are also getting we'll be real. They're getting a little bit of circle love. But
well, you know, Por, it's one of the things that we talk about so often here in competitive PUBG. You can have to be able to execute off of it because certainly a lot of guns, a lot of scopes are going to be aimed in your direction. Here it comes though, Knights trying to make their own rotation, going to be spotted out by M19. Voxic dropped to just a sliver of HP, trying to get to safety as the other members of Knights are following in suit in that US.
Yeah, M19 has finally pushed out of this tower. Method right on their heels. You can hear the shots still coming out from M19 onto Knights. Knights still alive, but they are going to have to make their way through M19 if they want to make it into this circle. And they have the choice of either going through M19 or going through MVP.
And unfortunately, they don't have a lot of time to make that decision. 9 seconds until the blue zone will be pushing in off of that northern edge, and being one of the wider edges of this circle, it will be moving relatively faster than the other edges. But here it is, Pokemon going to be pushing up on these yellow houses just to the west of Milta, where they had previously engaged on the members of XQuest. A dangerous spot to be in, given that Genji is waiting.
Genji still has not started their rotation just yet. I think they're aware that Navi was inside Milta. They might be waiting to see if they can catch him in transition. The shots are coming out. Nothing going to land just yet, though. Looks like Navi should be safe for now, and Genji is going to have to start their rotation now. To get into this next circle.
And as we saw on the minimap, a lot of shots going to be coming out now. Kramer going to be dropped immediately out of the US. Voxic going to be following in suit. I believe just one member left. Drayden for the Knights to push on here, and this is not going to be a safe spot to get any reses. We are going to see both Voxic and Kramer dropped out right here. The Knights have to push on, but it's going to be Divine actually off screen. Jet falling off of a bike, the solo player that we saw after that engagement with Ghost Gaming, and they're going to be going out in 15th position.
Knights having the worst luck with their rotation right now. It still looks like Drayden is still alive just near M19. Chris hiding out right now from Optic. Optic coming behind Method and managing to get a down onto Raffi. Haven't finished off the kill just yet. Chris going to try to stay alive for as long as possible. Optic more concerned about getting into the zone right now than they are about Method, and that could come back to bite them.
Exactly, and here is Genji rotating off of those yellow houses just right next to where Team Secret, who was previously in the farm, has shifted just a little bit off to the northeast, but it's going to be tons of teams aiming down on top of them, and I believe, yeah, Team 17 going to be able to find the connection and the kill on the check shooter right now, leaving just 3 members alive for Team Secret, trying to hold out in this shack. They've got the smoke cover for concealment. They've got a little bit of mobile cover, but back over here, M19's example, going to be finding the solo player for Knights. Drayden going to be going down and out. Here go the Knights in 13th place.
That is not good news for the Knights. They still are high up there in the leaderboards, but you never want to see yourself going out in 13th place. Not that early.
No, and also in the kill feed, we see Gaxi from Welcome to South George finding connections on the Optic, another team who is on the cusp of qualifying, who does not need to have this situation happen for them. But Team 17 here in this position continues to be a threat from to all of our teams rotating off of those southern positions. We can see the shots coming out from Shao with the M416 connecting onto Secret's Fiend, taking him down and out. This is 2 members of Secret. Now make that 3 members of Secret that Team 17 has been able to wipe out, and the 4th member, Smitty, going to be going down to the blue zone, wiped out Secret in 12th place.
Secret just in such an unfortunate position there. They were getting pushed by the blue. They were hard pinned by 17. There was nothing really they could do to return fire. That's going to be them going out in 12th place. Not a tournament to remember for the boys from Secret.
Yeah, certainly, but we have seen some stellar performances from them, so we cannot take anything away from what these guys are going to be doing on a competitive world stage. Drainus, though, going to be the focus of fire right now of Navi. Genji firing back and forth, just trying to land whatever connections they can, but the smoke going to be giving the concealment exactly that Drainus was hoping for. Chris able to make his way out of the blue zone with about 40% HP, pops the prone position. He knows that Optic is right ahead of him, but so is Welcome to South George. Gaxi going to be bleeding out of this shack, pretty much blocked from that US from getting out. Oh, it looks like he's able to get out. A grenade going inside, won't be able to find the connection.
What? How did Valiant? Oh, man, he managed to crawl out and stay alive for now. Valiant now trying to run around, see what he can see. Another one has gone down. He's gotten Miracu. Hypox has gone down, gotten Miracu down. Meanwhile, Vard and Larson just going to try to go down into the shelter to see if they can stay alive. Valiant still holding this entryway. You can hear shots ringing out around him. I think MVP might have been providing a little bit of pressure here. Yeah, Bahawaka now going down to Benchu, actually.
Yeah, shots coming out left and right. Valiant just trying to find whatever cover he can because the third-party engagements, all of these angles are going to be dangerous for him right now. Here comes Welcome to South George, though. They're popping out of shelter. They've got the grenades prepped. They're going to be putting out whatever area of effect damage that is possible, and it's going to be finding a connection, but unfortunately, it's going to be Vard that's going to be dropped out from
his own grenade. Vard got caught by his own grenade. Valiant going for the res in the smoke right now. Larson now the last remaining member up for WTSG. They saw the kill in the kill feed. They thought they had the advantage, but instead just finding themselves now down to just one.
And a bit of a shift coming out here as MVP is taking casualties. Gen G going to be the aggressor here, but Loki immediately connected on by a beautiful grenade coming out from MVP Siege.
Oh, and Siege is going to go down now to the third party from M19. So now Bench, you can see Tainted Minds just wrecking shop right now, third partying everybody. Looks like they do. Optic does get the res onto Valiate, and that is going to be Optic still 3 strong. Larson, now the last remaining player for Welcome to South George, is hiding out inside the shelter. See how long he can stay alive. M19 just to the north, running around as a full 4-man squad.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for Larson to be in right now. Certainly he can try to hold out as long as possible, but he will need circle favor for him to push forward into a higher placement than 10th place. But here comes M19, going to be rolling on top of Optic again. Valiate going to be dropped down almost immediately by example. By actually Tainted Minds. Tainted Minds coming in here for some third-party action, but also Tainted Minds taking casualties from M19.
And in the bottom right corner of your screen, you can see Pokemaladoy, the last remaining player from Navi, trying to heal up, trying to get into this zone, but he is so far right now, and he is getting pinched, getting gate kept by 17. Navi desperately needing the points, needing if 3 kills to their name, but no, that's going to be it. That's going to be Navi going down in 10th.
Navi going on down in 10th place after they had already dropped out of that top 8th on our cumulative leaderboards. It's going to be incredibly difficult for them. They are going to need a miracle here in game number 20 for them to be able to advance into our finals in just a few days. But here around the map, we're starting to see how close these players are. Specifically, the northeastern edge is an absolute battlefield. Also trying to do the same as Littlely and the rest of Victory 5 is trying to look down, and LSN is coming on a beautiful flank trying to spot out this remaining member of Gen G.
Ooh, Landrin going to get finished off by Constantine right there. But another thing to remember, Optic was just behind Navi in the leaderboards. Navi, I think, was holding 9th place while Optic was in 10th. So this could be Optic still alive. They should be jumping right now. This could be a huge game for them. But we see Gen G still inside the circle. Simpson just lying prone right now. M19 looking around, trying to find whatever they can just before they get into the circle. They want to clear their backs before making their way in.
Yeah, it's going to be insanely chaotic for M19 to try to make their way in. Still have 4 men, so they're able to watch these lines of sight, able to watch all different flanks for possible threats to present themselves. Optic, though, still holding 3 men strong. Tainted Minds going to be over here on the eastern edge as well. So many guns ready to put out damage if they can only find the opportunity. And it's going to be Optic's Hypoc finding out Benchu, taking him down and out, but Gen G as well finds the connections right back onto Tainted Minds, taking out Tainted in 9th place.
And Optic's now getting pushed by M19. And if he could, Boswell is going to go down. Constantine going to go down as well. Optic holding that ridge line so well, staying alive for now. Elite player's going to kind of come around. The grenade's going to come out. It's going to take out the vehicle and take out Valiate. Elite just creeping around this smoke line, trying to find what he can do. Example on the top.
Moleman down inside of the shelter was able to spot out Larson from Welcome to South George. Going to be able to wipe out that team in 8th position. Now Moleman on the exit point of the shelter, going to be spotted out almost immediately by Bahawaka from Optic. Optic now looking like they're in a tough position as M19 is rolling around that front part of shelter, wiping out Optic in 6th position. Now 5 teams remaining, 13 players alive, Poro, and it is absolutely insane how these teams have been able to make it so far to this position. But Gen G, the center of the circle, 2 players left alive, going to have to worry about the South. Team 17 going to be presenting a very dangerous threat for all teams left.
Yeah, this is a different M19 than we have seen previously. They are fragging out. They are killing everything around them. They should be able to get the res on this player and be down to just 2, but Gen G in such good, strong position here.
Yeah, they really are. We can see that Team 17 is rotating around the edge of this circle, trying to use these elevated lines of sight to see if they can get any information or spot out any of the remaining players still on the map. Granted, with their numbers, they are in a position to take away game number 19 if they execute off it properly, but there are still some very serious threats still on the map.
Yeah, Victory 5 still alive as well. Team 17 alive. These are all teams that still have a shot of making it to the top 8 if they have a really strong performance. Team 17 feeling really good about things with 4-man up. They do have the M249. You can see in the background, they bullet hose. They're taking their time, though, before they get into this circle. Everybody taking their time. M19 has a long way to go, but they are just waiting until the last possible second here to get move on.
You really got to appreciate when the leaderboards are this close because it packs this game with so much more excitement. Or so much. I mean, PUBG, it's already an exciting game within itself. It gets the heart pumping. It gets the adrenaline going. But when all of this is on the line like it is right here today, you can just tell that these players are sweating. They are nervous. They are anxious. They are ready to get whatever shots out as possible just to try to continue to force their leads on the leaderboards. But here we have sort of a standstill as these teams have a little bit of room to work with, just trying not to over-pursue, over-commit to any angles.
And here comes M19. They're going to try to make their way across the road. Nobody gatekeeping them for right now. Are they going to be able to get here? It looks like Gen G has now turned their attention this way, but no shots coming out just yet. I'm not sure. Oh, there they are. Example gets taken very low by Chelator. Is he going to find the last remaining hit? He knows exactly where he is behind that tree. Oh, Example's just stuck, and that's going to be him going down to the blue. Elite player still has a ways to go before he makes it into the zone, but they haven't gotten vision on him just yet.
Yeah, no vision for the time being. Elite player going to be able to snake his way in, but the blue zone will be doing so much damage. If he gets stalled out at all, it will likely be the end for M19. But he's going to be pushing up, able to find cover behind a tree right before a shot comes out from Loki.
Oh, Loki's still Chelator taking shots at those toes, and that's actually going to be Loki getting the final down onto Elite player. So that's M19 going out in 4th place, and now 47 Gamer actually taking shots back at Chelator.
I mean, looking
meanwhile,
at this,
Victory 5 just creeping.
Absolutely insane. 3 teams remaining, but Team 17 has all 4 players alive. It is a 4v2v2 situation, and can Team 17 execute on this? Can they come out with the chicken dinner here in game number 19? Certainly Shox and 47 Gamer not trying to overcommit. Xiao and QMCC trying to do the same, but you can see that they're kind of in a buddy system, kind of following each other, working in pairs, but very close to one another. Renee's going to be coming out, trying to get some zoning pressure onto the members from Gen G, and the shots coming out from Shox with the AKM will be true, finding their connections onto Chelator, taking him down and out.
Loki's still alive, though. We've seen what Loki can do as a solo. The smokes are going to come out. He's going to try to stay alive for as long as possible. He switches over to the Scar. He still has a frag grenade left. 17 now taking the top of this ridge line, though, and they are in a very good position of power going forward in this game. Little Lee is going to try to throw a couple of grenades here, Molotov, whatever consumables they may have, just to try to get something going to where they can maybe get in this circle, maybe gain some advantage.
Yeah, really just trying to flush these players out of their position, see if they can get some cheeky peeks onto them, see if they can get some damage to easily get a better position in this circle. Loki still prone for Gen G, the solo player trying to fend off from this 4-man push from Team 17. They've continued to stay strong and will continue to do so as this circle will be closing. 35 seconds until our 9th and final circle of game number 19 will be collapsing in on itself. So these guys are just kind of holding their time. There's no rush for them. They have the numbers advantage. Just sit back and wait.
Yeah, they don't want to take any unnecessary risks here, and we've seen this time and time again from all these teams where they have 4 live at the end, but they're not taking any unnecessary risks. They just can afford to wait this out. They can wait until the last circle starts pushing in, and then once everybody starts popping up and they can get vision on them, then they can get the kills that they need to secure a win.
Yeah, but really no rush for anyone around the map. Here we have Little Lee and LSN for Victory 5 going to be prone on the western side of this circle. The 9th and final circle of the game has spawned, and it will be collapsing in 18 seconds. Team 17 is just prepping for this now. They're going to be flanking around the edges of the circle, seeing if they can eliminate any easy threats. They won't be finding any as they wrap around the eastern side and the northern.
Yeah, they are sticking together as I mean, you can't get closer to each other if you tried. They don't want to. The only thing you risk there when you're staying that close is shooting each other. So they're just going to go ahead and keep this high ground. You can see the smokes coming out from Victory 5. They want to try to stay alive as long as they can. See if they can create some amount of confusion here. Meanwhile, Loki is staying prone, lying. He knows he's closest to the center. He doesn't have to move just yet.
Doesn't have to move yet. A lot of concealment going to be available for all players left on the map to utilize if they need to. We can see that Team 17 is just trying to peek around, not trying to stay in the same position too long, but just trying to do whatever they can to get this information out. Loki not going to be moving at all, just has his gun aimed up to the southeast rather, to see if he can spot out the members from 17 Gaming that he knows are going to be flushing around this side of the map. 1 minute and 10 seconds until the zone will have fully collapsed on itself. And here it comes. Actually, that's going to be Victory 5's Little Lee finding a connection onto Shocks, but not before Shao was able to find a connection onto Little Lee as well. But LSN reconnects onto Oh my gosh, and that's going to be Gen G wiped down in third position. Now it's a 1v1. Two teams.
I think it's a 1v1 between 47 Gamer here and LSN. I don't know if LSN knows this.
The 1v1 situation, Victory 5 has been able to make it this far, at least today, but now the blue zone going to be chunking away at LSN's health, and he's going to be spotted out almost immediately. And Team 17 coming up in Game 19 with the chicken dinner. First place position for these guys, and you got to give it up to what they were able to achieve here. One of our teams from China absolutely fragging out.
That was a huge, huge victory there for Team 17. They end up with 9 kills in the first place finish. I'm not sure what that's going to do for them as far as the points go, but they are one of these teams that were so close, and they needed something to come up here in one of these final games to see if they can make some kind of push, and that was just the thing to do it.
Yeah, I mean, they really did. This was such an interesting game for them. I mean, we had some of our top teams going out almost early on in the game, and then we also had some of our teams on the cusp going out as well. Not what we would have expected to see. So many strong teams here just trying to fight to rank up on the leaderboards and not get relegated out of the qualifiers.
Yeah, and Victory 5 doing themselves a lot of good as well, finishing in